فرحة طلة رمضان.
رمضان ده حياتي شمعة لمماتي، يا رب دعاتي تقبلها عطول. رمضان ده رحمة.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نعمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. I testify that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and I bear witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. May the peace, mercy, and blessing of Allah be upon the noble soul of the best of mankind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and the generality of the Muslim Ummah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, you're welcome to yet another exciting episode of My Faith Islam. Yes, inshallah, today I'm with my co-host and of course with a special guest on the show. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Distinguished brothers and sisters in Islam, once again it's been very, very wonderful to be here again. Alhamdulillah, we thank Almighty Allah, and it is my hope that we are enjoying this wonderful month of Ramadan. And I want to join my co-host here, my host here, Sister Sakeenah, to welcome our wonderful guest. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm very, very honored to be here today. Thank you very much.
Inshallah, today our guest is Brother Masood Abdul Malik. Brother Masood Abdul Malik is a medical practitioner, and inshallah today on the show we are going to be discussing about the health benefits of Ramadan. So inshallah, without any further ado, we would like to get down to business, and so inshallah we are signing out for now for Brother Abdul Malik Masood to come in.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, brothers and sisters in Islam, alhamdulillah, the topic given to me is a very, very interesting topic, and it is so painful that Muslims today will believe that fasting is only a commandment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, and this is just to change our notion towards that. You know, the topic is the health benefit of fasting. A same Muslim might be thinking, okay, when I fast, am I obeying Allah alone? Or am I just doing His will alone? No. Allah says in the Quran al-Kareem, where in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 184, where Allah actually was talking about those who could not fast, the sick and the travelers, and he says that if they could not fast, that He lists some guidelines for them to do. And Allah says, at the end of that ayah, He said, وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. For them to fast is more of advantage to them, for them, if only they know. The meaning is that it is not only taqwa that it is embedded in the Ramadan, in fasting, in Psalm itself. Definitely there will be other benefits that we don't even know, just like the eighth benefit we'll discuss today, inshallah. Number one, without wasting much of our time, let us go into the first benefit concerning health when you fast. The first thing is, when you fast, it helps to regulate the glucose or blood glucose level and stimulate or regulate the insulin sensitivity in the body system. What do we mean by this? In biology, there is an organ called pancreas, and I think everybody knows that. Fine. The pancreas, but what do we know about the function of pancreas? No, I don't think we actually know, except alone if you're a medical practitioner. Now, the pancreas has something called islet of Langerhans. Now, within this islet of Langerhans, there are four phases being produced. We have the beta cells, the alpha cells, the gamma cells, and the fourth one. The beta cells produces something called insulin. That insulin is responsible for converting the glucose level. For example, you eat, but how do you know what happens to you whenever you take carbohydrate? What happens to you? Is it that the whole sugar level in the food you've eaten is embedded in your blood? No. There's an hormone that regulates this sugar level. Now what happens is that insulin helps to regulate and releases this sugar intake they have taken, embedded in the body system, gradually, slowly during fasting. Are we getting it clear? Now, Another function of insulin itself is that it helps, during fasting, it helps to release slowly. Apart from the fact that insulin converts glucose into glycogen, it also helps to release slowly during fasting. So when you fast, for example, you're not tired, you are not weak, but something is actually taking you around, something is scanning you, something is helping you to move around. What happens is that the insulin is reading the sugar level that has been stored in your body system, or converting or reconverting the glycogen into glucose. The second one is maintaining metabolism. Now, what do I mean by this? Metabolism is the total chemical reaction that takes on the body system. I mean, that has to do with the anabolism, the catabolism, that is digestion and the absorption of food you take, isn't it? But when you fast, what happens? When you fast, you are giving your body a lot of rest, a lot of time to digest, to absorb, and to also what? To go into calmness. For example, look at what happens to your phone. You have a lot of stuff in your phone, and your phone is being utilized 24 hours without being stopped. What happens at the point in time? The battery starts draining, isn't it? Apart from the battery draining, you have the phone getting overheated or so hot that at times even the phones, you said?
It begins to hang.
Exactly, it begins to hang. Now, what happens if you don't switch this phone off? So this is what is happening when you're fasting during metabolism. You're trying to help your system to maintain good metabolism. That is the absorption and the digestion. They've done their work, but they want to resume that work again after some hours. And that's why when you fast, when you eat, when you took your food, now the body wants to go in there, digest, absorb this food, and at a particular point in time, have a lot of time to rest and do what? And help your body system to digest and absorb this food and naturally. The third one is that it helps to improve the integrity of the skin. And you want to question that too? Yes, no problem. Let me explain to you. You see, when you fast, there is something we call glucose releasing agent. And what happens to that is that gradually, I explained earlier, the function of insulin, that it helps to regulate the glucose level in your body system, number one, or it converts glucose into glycogen, number two, or three, it helps to slowly release that sugar into your bloodstream so that you don't fall or you don't just faint during fasting. Now, apart from that, what happens is that glucose, the sugar level, it's not good. It's not good for your skin. There's something we call collagen. They are fibers, and they help to make your skin become, have this kind of integrity, strength, and prevent aging. Now, when these glucose levels are so abundant in the body system, you understand what I'm saying now? When they're so abundant, they have an effect on the collagen. But when you fast, there is a minimal amount of glucose that is being released in your blood, thereby aging and helping you to maintain integrity and also preventing aging. The fourth one, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the fourth question. Answer, right? Yes. Now, is it lowers blood pressure. Although, according to the human body facts, it is being known generally that it might not be fasting that is making your blood pressure to come down. It might not be fasting, but because during fasting there is studies and research that has made us to know that high amount of salt is being urinated out, number one, which for sure it's going to decrease the blood pressure, okay, during fasting. And number two, the salt intake that you've taken to are thereby regulated accordingly into the body system. So you don't have excessive salt overload in your bloodstream, and most of the time you will urinate out at that point in time. So sugars level, the salt intake you have already, they go out, thereby relieving or reducing your blood pressure. Number four, the fifth one is that fasting helps to build your heart. It helps to build your heart properly. It helps to build the cardiovascular system, maintain it generally. Let me explain to you. You see, the heart itself also needs blood to survive. Okay? It needs blood to survive. And that's what to take me into coronary circulation. During pulmonary circulation, the normal circulation in the body system, blood goes round, and the function of the heart is to take blood and send them directly into different organs, different positions in the body system. Now, heart itself too needs what? Blood. Now imagine when there is too much salt, too much glucose inside your blood, and the heart itself is taking this. Are you getting what I'm saying now? You are trying to endanger the heart itself. But during fasting, everything is minimal. The glucose level is minimal. The salt in your bloodstream is also minimal, thereby enriching giving nutrients, more nutrients, adequate nutrients to the what? To the heart itself, thereby performing a very, very good function. And that is why even during fasting, people tend to complain little about cardiovascular disease conditions. Are we getting it? Now, the sixth one is that it enhances fitness. Fasting enhances fitness. You know, you come and ask people, obese people, people who are overweight, go and ask them. They tell you whenever they fast, they feel so light, they feel so good. What is happening? The reason is because during fasting, like I said earlier, the first point, don't forget, I said that the insulin, that it helps us to activate the insulin sensitivity in the bloodstream. Now, what happens is that the insulin is converting this glucose into glycogen. Okay? When it converts it, at the time when you're fasting, the body needs sugar more. Now, insulin will tend to convert glycogen into glucose, but at this time, at a very, very slow rate. Now, this is what happens why you're becoming so fitted, why you're fasting, why you don't become obese, why you don't become so overweight. Now, your body is utilizing a lot of what? Of fat now, because everything has been converted to glucose, to glycogen already. Now, your fats in your blood system is being converted already, and they will need some mechanisms to convert it back to sugar. So if you have excess fatty tissues in your blood, your body system, now the body is helping you to convert them gradually and slowly. So you feel so light, so empty. Are you getting me now? You feel so light, so empty. Now, the explanation of all this is in the Quran al-Karim, but people don't know. Like I said, when I spoke, I said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained all these things for us, and He has even told us that fasting is more beneficial to us, even if you are sick, or even, for example, you're on journey, you cannot fast. Although I'm not saying it's compulsory for you to fast if you're on a journey and you're sick. But Allah is saying, وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. That is more beneficial for you to fast. Okay? If you can do that, only if you know. And Allah has also said in the Quran al-Karim, in Surah Al-Isra, verse 89, if I'm not mistaken, Allah said, وَلَقَدْ صَرَّفْنَا فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ وَلَقَدْ صَرَّفْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ. That indeed we have explained every similitude in the Quran al-Karim. But man do not know. So many men out there do not know. People just think, okay, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. That's popular verse that you know. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Just, I want to have taqwa. But that's not the only importance of you fasting. And these are the health benefits. Inshallah, when more comes again, I will, because many cannot actually come. Most of them will not come now. But inshallah, during the program as we go on, inshallah, when I have more again, I will listen to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much, Brother Abdul Malik. Brother Abdul Malik here. In case you're just joining us, this is My Faith Islam, and we've been having a discussion with our guest who has been telling us about the health benefits in the month of Ramadan. Brother Masood Abdul Malik has identified quite a number of some of the health benefits that were enjoyed during the month of this Ramadan, and how our body system works and how our body system reacts to our fasting. Thank you very much, Brother Masood Abdul Malik. That was a very, very insightful lecture. All right. Just before we open our lines and receive calls from our guests, from our prizes, from our viewers, inshallah, we are going to be engaging you more on this topic. Now, we've had, Brother Abdul Malik, we've heard of cases of persons who are actually obese and they actually need, probably their case is so worse that they need operations. But we discovered that, I heard of a particular one that the doctor, Ramadan was close to the time of the operation. The doctor says, okay, the person was a Christian, and the doctor said, okay, now that Ramadan is close, why don't you join the Muslim faithfuls in fasting? And for 30 days, and after the fasting, let's come back and see if we are still going to need to operate you. And the person did as instructed, as advised by the doctor. He fasted for 30 days for his own health benefit, and eventually he found out that after the fasting, he didn't need the operation again. And that was how the person became a Muslim. He converted to Islam. So, Brother Masood, I don't know if you can unravel the mystery. What is that thing about fasting that seems to be so beneficial to the body system, especially people that are obese? You made mention of it a little bit. You didn't
exactly
dwell on it. So thank you. Can you kindly dwell on it for us? Thank you.
Exactly. You see, there is something. Thank you very much for that question. It's a very, very beautiful question. And inshallah, even to add up with what you just said, I also had a patient that had type 2 diabetes mellitus. You know, we have different type of diabetes mellitus. We have the type 1, we have the type 2, and we have the gestational diabetes mellitus. Okay, now this person has type 2 diabetes mellitus. When I say type 2, I mean this person has pancreas, just like everyone to us. Okay, and their insulin that's being produced by the beta cells of the glands is actually there, but it's not enough to cater for the amount of glucose in the bloodstream. You understand? So this person will need artificial insulin. Okay, now at a point we discovered that we were treating this patient, we place this patient on insulin, but at the end of the day it was fasting that actually helped this man. He was a Christian too, although he didn't convert to Islam, but he knew that fasting actually assisted him. Now with that question you've asked, I think I mentioned it the other time. I said it helps to maintain what? Fitness, isn't it? Good. I said something about insulin the other time, okay? But I forgot to mention something, an hormone called leptin. There's an hormone called leptin. This hormone is predominantly produced by the small intestine and adipose tissue. Now what happens? This hormone actually is also called starvation hormone. The function of this hormone is helps to maintain your fullness. Maintain your fullness. For example, the way we are now, leptin is working. You don't feel hungry and you don't feel the need to go and eat. And you don't feel too weak. Thank you very much for that. So leptin is going to regulate that for you. Now, what happens is that when the insulin that we talked about the other time wants to starts converting virtually all the glucose level that you have, because it is being observed that people who are obese, they have high proportion of leptin, high proportion of cholesterol, fatty acids, and they have high proportion of glucose in them. Now insulin starts converting these grossly. Okay, now at a point whenever they fast, because there is no sugar again, isn't it? What happens to them? What happens to them since there's no glucose again? All the glucose has been converted. Now the insulin starts reconverting the glycogen, the fat in them, the cholesterol in them, back to what? To glucose, gradually. So with that, they become what? They become normal, they become fit, they become okay. So when they continue like that for a number of days, yes, they are going to maintain balance. You understand that? You can't just, obese patients cannot fast in a day and say, I see a lot of changes. They have to, and that's why we Muslims have to fast for 30 days. You can't fast for a day or 2 days and say, I'm okay. You want to fast for 30 days. Okay? Now, obese patients, when they do that, across that time, or even do more at their own time, at their own leisure time, what happens is that the fat, the glycogen, the cholesterol in them gradually is being converted to glucose. And it's being released at a minimum proportion that they will need, thereby reducing the amount of glycogen in them, the fat in them. Are you getting it clear?
Yes.
Now,
yes,
also because they have high proportion of leptin, these people they continue to eat. They're not hungry. They continue to eat junk food. But when they fast, leptin is reduced. Now, these people, what happens to them is that because they eat before, now the glucose, the glycogen level, it starts converting itself grossly so that they meet up with the balance. You understand? Now, when they do that, a very, very high amount of glycogen, fat in them, is already utilized. So before you know it, after some days, they are back, they are fitted, they are okay, they are good.
Wow.
Okay? And another thing to that, because I forgot the other time to add, is cell recycling. Okay? What are the function, the effects of the X benefits of fasting again? Cell recycling. You see, according to the human body fact, it is being believed that everything is made up of cell. Okay? Everything about human being. We actually start from what? From cell, tissue. Okay, I think you know the stuff, isn't it? Now, what happens is that everyone are these cells, they get changed. I don't know how to put the English. Okay, they renew themselves. They die, and there is a renewal of all these cells, about millions of them. Now, if these cells after 1 hour does not happen, they do not renew themselves, or for example, they just continue to be like that. Okay, for example, I have 1 million cells now that is there, for example, and these cells after 1 hour, they are not renewing themselves. They are just there. Soon enough, I'm going to have cancer. Exactly. And this is what is happening to people who have cancer, okay? The cells in their body system, they are not renewing, they are not regenerating themselves, whereby they are just there. They are not dying, they just remain to multiply like that. Walakin, every 1 hour, your cells are supposed to die and they're supposed to reproduce again. You understand? Now this is what happens to when you're fasting. Why fasting is going to help you to prevent cancer. Whenever you fast, okay, all these conversions that we've been talking about since morning, they have to do with cells too, isn't it?
Yes.
They have to do with cells.
Yes.
Now, these things are being used up. Okay, fasting will enhance that all these cells are being what? Are being generated, are being converted, used up. Okay, so preventing you from having cancer. But how many people know this? Are you getting it now? Allahu A'lam.
Thank you very much, Brother Abdul Malik. Mashallah, inshallah, it is 5:25.
Yes, it's 5:25, but I must say that this lecture was really educative, extremely informative and really educative, because I learned a lot. Through fasting, I understood that it recycles your cell, and in that way, preventing you from cancer. It keeps you fit and other health benefits of Ramadan. One would think that fasting is just for, it's Ramadan, so we just have to fast so that we can fear Allah, since that's just it. But as Muslims, we need to understand that everything about our life has been designed by Allah, the best of designers. And He has come to tell us that fasting is good for you. It's of advantage to you. So as Muslims, with all this that we see, why would you say, even after Ramadan, I won't continue with Tatawa, but I won't continue with fasting on Mondays and Thursdays, because I want to keep fit. If I know fasting recycles myself, just like I do today, I don't think I'm ever going to stop fasting. I think on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to keep remembering that, okay, fasting, health benefits of fasting, I want to be fit, I want to be good, I want to be healthy. So through that, knowing things will make us understand that fasting is very, very of benefits to our health. Now it's time to open our phone lines. Remember that the number to call today is 0907-736-7344. 0907-736-7344. All you have to do is call in, answer our questions correctly, then you stand a chance to win lots of fabulous prizes. Because yes, today is a special edition. We have a guest on the show. Just, call in and win our prizes, because we have special things for you today.
Yes, and well, on the show today, just like we've been doing recently, inshallah, we can ask you questions that borders on our topic today. So feel free. I'm sure people that have been following us online, people that have been viewing, I know there are quite a number of them. You call in to answer questions, inshallah, and if you are able to answer our questions, you know that we are going to give you wonderful and amazing prizes. And I think we can open the second line too.
Yes.
Yes, so you can call on also on 070-5788-0246. 0705-788-0246 or 090-73. Okay, we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Aisha from Ibadan.
Aisha from Ibadan, calling from Oyo State.
You are welcome, Sister Aisha. You are welcome to the show. Sister Aisha, are you ready for our question today?
Oh, if you have a question for us?
Yes. All right, inshallah, we are going to be asking you some questions. So your number one question is simply to just mention 3 health benefits of Ramadan.
Okay, it makes you fitness, body fitness. It prevents you from cancer.
Okay.
It helps to reduce the body sugar or glucose.
Wow. Sister Aisha, were you following this program from the beginning?
No, I just joined some minutes ago.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, you got that question correct. So inshallah, we're going to be asking you your second and third question. Are you ready, Sister Aisha?
Yes, I'm ready.
How old was Aisha radiallahu anha when she married the Prophet?
Your namesake.
We married, okay, at the age of 9 years.
Sister Aisha, are you sure that is your answer?
Not too sure.
You are not too sure.
Yes.
Did she get it?
Aisha?
Yes, Sister Aisha.
Yes, sir.
Is that your final answer?
What do you say?
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's my final answer.
Alright, so we are going to give you that question. Also, are you ready for the last one?
Yes, sir, go on.
Alright. Who was the first prophet of Islam?
What do you say?
Who was the first prophet of Islam?
What
Prophet of Islam.
prophet of Islam?
Yes.
Prophet Adam.
Alayhi salatu wassalam. Alright, Sister Aisha from Ibadan. Congratulations, you've been able to answer our questions correctly, and so you've won yourself a prize. Do send us a text message at the end of this show indicating your name and the fact that you won on the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Aisha, for calling from Oyo State, Ibadan. Remember, the number to call is 0907 736 7344. 0907 736 7344.
That's for Abdul Malik. Brother Abdul Malik, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you today, Brother Abdul Malik? How are you today, Brother Abdul Malik?
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Brother Abdul Malik, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Yes. Have you been following this program today? Did you start from the beginning?
Yes, I try to.
Alright, so I asked you a very simple question. Your first question is, what is the name of our guest on this show today? What is the name of our guest on this show today?
His brother was old Abdul Malik.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
Allah Akbar.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
Should I ask him a personal question too?
Okay, you can, please.
Okay, so can you tell me, Angel Malik, what was his function? What does he do?
Malik.
Nah.
He's in charge of hellfire.
You said?
He's in charge of hellfire.
He's in charge of Hellfire. What does he actually do? Just in charge?
What do you think?
Just in charge, or what does he actually do? Does he just walk there, beat people there, punish them, or what?
Punish them.
Allahu Akbar. Punish them. Nah, that's very good. Thank you very much.
Alright, Brother Abdul Malik, your last question for today is, I want you to mention 3 health benefits of fasting in the month of Ramadan. 3 health benefits.
Number 1, it helps to regulate the body glucose. That is the sugar levels.
Yes, that's correct.
It maintains the body metabolism.
Good, that's correct.
And it helps with cell recycling. That is, it restores a useful condition to the cell and the tissue.
That's correct.
Barakallah. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Brother Abdul Malik, you definitely know what to do, inshallah.
Yes, it's a regular caller. Remember, the number to call is 0907 736 7344. 0907 736 7344. Yes, you just have to call us, answer our questions correctly, and win our prizes. It's as simple as that.
You can also call us on 07057880246. Inshallah, we'll be waiting for your call.
ويفرشها ورود
رمضان ده حياتي.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Asia from Ilorin.
Oh, Sister Asia from Ilorin. How are you today, Sister Asia?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Did you follow the show from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, aside from those that have been mentioned, what are the other 2 benefits of fasting in the month of Ramadan? 2 health benefits of fasting in the month of Ramadan. Aside from reducing the glucose, aside from helping with cell, and also aside from promoting metabolism, what other health benefits has been mentioned today? So just 2 of them. Just mention 2 of them.
It helps to build and maintain the heart. That is the cardiovascular system.
That's correct, Sister 1. That is one. I give you that. What other one?
It lowers the blood pressure.
That's correct. That's correct. Thank you very much. You have gotten that question very correctly. So, inshallah, are you ready for your second question?
Yes.
All right. So, your second question is going to be, you alone we worship, and from you we ask for help. Is a phrase from which surah? You alone we worship, and you alone we seek for help. Is a phrase from which surah?
You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help.
Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Surah Al-Fatiha.
Surah what?
Al-Fatiha.
Surah Al-Fatiha. That's correct, Sister Asia. Even though we have helped you with the question.
It's 70% answered.
Yes. Okay, the phrase, we seek Allah's refuge from the whispers of jinn and mankind. We seek Allah's refuge from the whispers of jinn and mankind. Is in which surah of the Holy Quran? I'll give you option. Surah Al-Falaq, Surah Al-Asr, Surah Al-Kawthar, or Surah Al-Nas. We seek Allah's refuge from the whisper of the jinn and the mankind. Is in which surah?
Surah Al-Nas.
Surah Al-Nas. Sister Asia from Ilorin, congratulations, you've been able to answer our questions very correctly. You are not a first-time caller on the show, and you know just what to do. Send your name to us at the end of the show, inshallah.
يا رب صلاتي تقبلها طول ما أحلى حجابي.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Omolara calling from Egbeda.
Oh, Sister Omolara calling from Egbeda.
Omo what?
Sister Omo Labake.
Oh, okay.
All right. The question I have for you is, Kaaba is also called what in Arabic? Kaaba. The Kaaba is also called what in Arabic?
Baytullah.
Baytullah. That is very, very correct, Sister Omo Labake. Are you ready for your second question?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what is the festival, the name of the festival that comes during Hajj? What is the name of the festival that comes during Hajj?
Festival that comes during Hajj?
Yes.
Eid al-Kabir.
Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Kabir. That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. Are you ready for your last question?
Yes, please.
How many rakat are there in Salatul Maghrib?
Surah.
How many rakat are there in Salatul Maghrib? Salatul Maghrib. Maghrib prayer.
Maghrib, okay, three.
3. All right,
Yes.
Sister Omo Labake from Lagos. I think Egbeda is in Lagos.
Egbeda.
Yes, so
Yes.
congratulations. You are a winner on the show. Thank you.
أوقاتي وزي صحباتي.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Badrat.
Badrat, calling from Ilorin.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Now, are you ready for your question?
What?
Are you ready for your questions, Badrat?
Yes, I'm ready.
Now, tell me, who was Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's grandfather? Who was his grandfather?
The Prophet's grandfather?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Naam.
Abdul Muttalib.
That's correct. Now your second question. Your second question. What is the name of the book sent down to Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam?
The name of what?
The book sent down to Prophet Ibrahim.
Prophet what?
Ibrahim. What is the name of the book
The
sent
book
down?
to Prophet.
Ibrahim. Naam. Do you got that?
Ibrahim wa Musa.
That's what is the name of the book again?
Sufi Ibrahim wa Musa.
Barakallahu fiqh.
All right, that's correct. How many surahs were revealed in Mecca? How many surahs of the Quran? How many surahs of the whole Quran was revealed in Mecca?
How many surah was revealed in Mecca?
Yes.
Hello?
Naam.
That's the question.
Is there an option?
No option, sister.
No option.
Yes, ma'am. There's no option here.
How many minutes do you give me? I need to think. Oh.
Inshallah, you have to call back. Inshallah.
عايزين عطول رمضان حياتي شمال مماتي.
Inshallah, don't forget that you can also call us on our second line on 07057880246. Inshallah, you call us and we are going to answer your call. Thank you very much. Is this the same caller?
Yes.
And she has an answer now.
So you have to start from the beginning. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Wa
assalam.
alaikum salam.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Badrat. I don't know if they see with the network.
Okay. Are you ready for your other sets of questions?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Which year did the Battle of Badr take place? Which year did the Battle of Badr, yes. Which year?
Sounds like a name. Badrat.
Naam.
The year is before Hijrah.
That's wrong, Sister Badra. That's wrong. That's wrong. Do try and call us again, inshallah. I think Sister Badra wants to win the prize at all costs, inshallah. That's a very good spirit.
Yeah.
That's a very good spirit, inshallah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so if you are just joining us on the show, this is My Faith Islam, and today we've been discussing on the health benefits in the month of Ramadan. And our guest on the show, Brother Masood Abdul Malik, has been able to identify some of the health benefits in the Ramadan. Sister Sakeenah, you want to remind us of those health benefits?
Yes, I remember fasting helps in recycling yourself. One of the health benefits of Ramadan is cell recycling. He also mentioned the blood, what do we call it? The blood pressure, lowers the blood pressure in the body, and of course enhances fitness. I was about to say that, okay, we should recommend for obese people now to just fast.
Yes.
Just recommend that just fast and you'll be fine. So it enhances fitness, and most especially it improves what do we call it, metabolism.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes. And of course the fact that it builds the heart. I mean, it helps it helps the
cardiovascular system. It maintains the cardiovascular
yes,
system.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. So as Muslims, we need to understand that fasting is just not for the fun of it, or because Allah has commanded us to do so. Allah has commanded us to fast, yes, because it is of benefit to our health. And of course, taqwa is the most important part.
You know, so many people, most of the time, they want to tell you and say, I don't want to fast because I'm sick. I don't want to fast because I have ulcer. Now, and I think I'm going to chip in that now so that everyone of us will understand better. You see, when you have ulcer, there's a particular level of ulcer that you have before you cannot fast. Because that's the most common thing that people say, I don't want to fast, I have ulcer. Ulcer has types, okay? For example, we have epigastric ulcer, okay? That's kind of ulcer you have, that you have heartburn and you have slight pain here. Now the normal ground when you drink milk or when you take rest, you're gonna be good. You understand? This cannot stop you from fasting, subhanallah. It cannot. A brother has a gastric ulcer and starts saying he has ulcer, then I can't fast. No, that's not taken from you. Now you have duodenal ulcer too, for example, that which actually takes place in the small intestine itself, the first segment of small intestine. Okay? If you have that, and the pain is so severe that only when you take food do you feel relief, mashallah, you might not fast. But some people still do that, they still fast, even while they have that, because it is not a very, very severe form of ulcer. The very severe one is the one you start vomiting blood, you have so many issues, you faint sometimes, the gastric ulcer. One of the criteria of gastric ulcer is you vomit blood. One of that, You see some people, they vomit, but you think they took poison. They don't take poison. They have ulcer. That's what takes place in the stomach itself. They cannot fast. This kind of people, they cannot fast. And I think we know what we can do if we cannot fast, just like I said. But it is more of benefit. And what of benefit is what is going to do. وَأَنْ تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 184. At the end point of the ayah, Allah says, but for you to fast is more beneficial to you, for you, if only you know. If only you know. So brothers and sisters in Islam, you just try and check this very well. For those of us at home that always complain, I don't want to fast, I have this and that. They just take excuse out of it.
You have stomach pain, I can't fast.
I have stomach pain, I can't do that and that. We are not commanding you to go and fast whenever you are sick. Okay? So don't take that into your hands. You're not saying you, but there are some things that when you have, okay, you can fast and you still be okay. Inshallah.
So our guest today has spoken to us that we should not just, give flimsy excuses as to why we're not going to fast. We should understand that fasting is compulsory and you should know the level of whatever ulcer you have that will stop you from fasting. Some of us just come with the excuse that I have stomach pain, I can't fast today. I just want to rest today. Some of us just come up with, I just want to rest today. It's okay.
Just like that.
Allah will understand. Allah will understand.
That's the most simple thing to say.
Flimsy excuses we give. And yes, very quickly, our sponsors, Jazakumullahu Khairan, we are really appreciating your support, your donations, and everything you've been doing towards the success of My Faith Islam. Funshi Footwear, Mila Stitches, Sisters Loud, and other Muslims who have chosen to keep themselves anonymous. Jazakumullahu Khairan. We are still open to donations and sponsors. Thank you very much. We'll be appreciative if you indicate interest in sponsoring this show. And most especially, this particular episode is dedicated to late Al-Aji Isiaq Bey. We pray that Allah overlook his shortcomings, forgive him his sins, and grant him Al-Jannah to Firdaus.
Ameen. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Sister Sakeenah. Just before we round up the show, I still want to ask one more question from Brother Abdul Malik. Brother Abdul Malik, you made mention earlier that when we fast, it improves the integrity of our skin. Are you saying we are going to be glowing more? Or is it does it just have to do with the cell? Or I don't know. I would like you to
thank you very much. I love that question. I know when I was explaining this point the other time, I spoke about something called collagen. And I said they are just fibers that helps your skin to maintain integrity, isn't it? Now, good. You see, whenever you are fasting, the body itself loves that you go into stress. And in fact, that's why fasting will even help your brain. Because on a normal ground, according to the human body fact, 30% of the glucose goes to the brain straight away. But when you are fasting, at the depletion of this glucose, okay, they come down, they become reduced. And that's why sometimes you feel so weak, okay, whenever you sleep. and you stand up, you feel so dull. You don't want to do anything. Okay, the activities don't want to look good to you. Now, but stress on a normal way looks good to the body system. It helps the brain to function very well, to go into homeostasis. That is the maintaining the balance in the environment. Now, I said something about blood glucose, okay? And I said this collagen that maintains the integrity of the skin. They ate it. Let me put it that way. The word ate. They don't like it. Glucose depletes the good functioning of what? Of collagen. It destroys collagen, thereby making you to look so aged. And that's why most of the time people will go on junk food. People who have diabetes mellitus, for example, go and look at their skin. You see, they have this kind of scaly skins. Whenever they have a very good example is when they have foot ulcer, diabetic foot ulcer. I come and see the healing process of this diabetic foot ulcer. It's a very, very slow healing process, and at the same time you see the skin even around that region, you know, looking so happy. It doesn't look good. Now that is why, because the glucose has destroyed the collagen of the skin itself. Now during fasting, because there is a reduction in the glucose level or a maintenance of glucose level in your bloodstream, okay, little is being released to maintain the collagen, okay, which is meant to what? To maintain the integrity of the skin, to make your skin very, very good, thereby preventing aging, preventing wrinkling. You understand that now? Yes. Thank you very much.
Jazakumullahu khairan, Brother Abdul Malik. Inshallah, brothers and sisters in Islam, we still open our lines for the next few minutes before we round up on the show. The phone numbers once again are there. It's pinned on the comment section on the Instagram live. If you are with us, do try and call in and see if you can win for yourself wonderful prizes that we have to offer. 09077 36 7344 070 57880246.
Yes.
So inshallah, we will be waiting for your call, inshallah.
رمضان بحياتي شمع على مماتي يا ربي دعاتي تقبلها عطول رمضان رحمة من ربنا النعمة بيحل حياتنا ويفرشها ورود
رمضان ده حياتي حيا أوقاتي يا رب صلاتي تقبلها عطول ما أحلى حجابي جمل أوقاتي زي صحباتي عايزين عطول.
Okay, we do have a caller. Okay, do call us back, inshallah. We're going to take your call. Assalamu alaikum.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Kudsia from Ilorin.
Kudsia.
Okay.
Kudsia from Ilorin.
Yes.
Okay, now are you ready for your questions? Did you join the show right from when our guest started to speak?
Hello.
Were you with us when we started to speak on the health benefits of Ramadan?
Yes.
Now, can you tell me 3 of the health benefits of Ramadan as listed by our guest?
Okay. It reduces blood pressure.
That's true.
Okay.
It helps to build the cardiovascular system.
Wow.
It
Okay.
enhances fitness.
That's good. Yes, enhances fitness.
Fitness, okay. That's brilliant, brilliant.
Yes, now. Kudsiya, right? Can you tell me what is Hajjatul Wada?
Yes?
What do we call Hajjatul Wada?
Sister Kudsiya, what is Hajjatul Wada? Hajjatul Wada.
I don't know.
Okay, let's give you another opportunity. All right. When did the Battle of Badr take place in Islamic history? When did the Battle of Badr take place in the Islamic history? Sister Kutsia, are you there?
Okay, let me give you one more question. Let's see if you get this. You proceed to your third question. What do we call the activities that are forbidden in Islam? What do we call activities that are forbidden in Islam? That's correct. Now, your third question. Now, are you ready for your third question?
Yes.
Now tell me, what's the name of the surah titled Those That Run?
Yes.
The name of the surah titled Those That Run.
Titled
Those That Run. Kutsia,
Ma'am.
the Arabic word of Iman is. The Arabic word Iman means what? Iman.
Faith.
Faith. That's correct. And you are a winner on the show. Thank you very much for
She answered 3
calling.
questions.
Yeah, she answered 3 questions.
Okay, Sister Kutsia, thank you for calling. Inshallah, you said your name and indicating that you are a winner on the show to this phone number. Inshallah.
After the show. Thank you very much for being a part of the show.
طعم الدنيا اتغير، فرحة قلبي بتكبر، وبطلتك بتغير، ما أحلك يا رمضان.
Yes, very quickly, let us appreciate our sponsors once again. We appreciate Funshi Footwears. We appreciate Funshi Footwears. We also appreciate Mila Stitches and Sisters Lounge and other Muslims who have contributed to the success of this program. But before we go, I would like our guest here to recap and give us a summary just in 3 minutes of what we spoke about today.
All right, thank you very much. I think the viewers at home already understood much better everything we said. But for those who are just coming in, we spoke about the 8 benefits of Ramadan, 8 benefits of Psalm, 8 benefits of fasting. Are you just fasting because Allah says you to fast and because you want to have taqwa? No. So it is even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us to know that when you fast, there are much more benefits apart from just taqwa alone. And there we mentioned, where I mentioned the benefits starting from the sugar level reduction. Okay, I mentioned sugar level reduction, and that is where I expatiated about the glucose maintenance and insulin sensitivity. Okay, how the glucose level in your bloodstream is being maintained, is being organized, and what is even converting them is being sensitive. And that is the first point in what of the 8 benefits of fasting. The second one is improved metabolism, maintenance of metabolism. And I explained to you that metabolism is a total chemical reaction that goes on the body system. Where we have the anabolism, the catabolism, that is the digestion, the absorption of everything you take, how it goes out, how it comes in. I think you understand what I'm saying. Now, it is only when you fast that there's an improvement in this metabolism. Okay, and I also explained about lowering of blood pressure. Okay, and I told you that although studies have shown that fasting might not actually be, but there is a 70% details that fasting might actually be as a result of what? Of that, because there's an high removal of salts in your from urine whenever you urinate during fasting, and also there's a depletion of salt also in the body system. And I also explained about cardiovascular, the maintenance of the cardiovascular system itself. Now what happens, and I told you that the heart itself also needs blood. In fact, during coronary circulation, pulmonary circulation, the heart gives itself blood first before giving the other component of the body system. So imagine when there is too much salt too much sugar in the blood that is going to the heart, you are endangering the heart. But during fasting, all these things are minimized. All these things are maintained. So the blood going to the heart itself now is rich, nutritive enough to help the heart. And I also talk about cell recycling. Good. I talk about cell recycling, how it prevents you from having cancer. And I explained a lot, told us about the human body fact, how the World Health Organization already told us that within these hours, they said in the body system, they have to die and they have to replenish themselves again to prevent what? Cancer.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much, brother Abdul Malik. Distinguished brothers and sisters in Islam, it is 6 o'clock. Inshallah, do take time to join us tomorrow while we bring Islam, my faith, to your listening and viewing pleasure. From my side, I am saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, thank you very much for being a part of my faith Islam today. Join us tomorrow for another exciting episode. Today our guest was a medical practitioner and his name is Brother
Masoud Abdul Malik.
Assalamu alaikum
Wa alaikum assalam
wa barakatuh.
أنا دايما بستنى على قلبي ما